in the welterweight division for the welterweight division title. This is the fight we've been waiting on. Leon Edwards comes in at 21-3. He takes on Colby Covington, who comes in at 17-3. So we finally know that this title fight is going down. And I'm here to tell you this is Colby's best chance to take the title, even in the fights against Usman. He's got a better chance in this one. But does that mean he's going to win? Let's get into it. Colby, the contender, is 3 inches shorter at 5'11". He's 35 years old. Leon Edwards, 32. Covington's given up 2 inches in reach. Edwards fights southpaw. Covington fights right-handed. Colby lands 4.1 significant strikes per minute to 2.8 for Edwards. And here's where things get interesting. Colby also leads in the takedown game. He has 4 over the course of 3 rounds on average, so that's more than 1 per round. Leon Edwards is lucky to get 1 every other round. So how does Leon win? He changes your pace when he fights against you. You can't maintain the same pace. He brings your numbers way down. Long story short. Okay, and he did this against Usman, holding him to just 87 significant strikes in the last fight, majority decision win. And the one before that, he was getting beat in the numbers. 5 takedowns to 1, 83 to 55 in significant strikes. He was trailing. And if you combine both fights, they're basically even in significant strikes, and he trailed 9 to 1 in takedowns and still found a way to win both. And that's a tough part of Leon Edwards, is he finds ways to win. He beat Nate Diaz by decision. No contest against Bilal. And before that, he ran off a bunch of wins. I mean, this guy hasn't lost since 2015. So think about trying to predict against him. Colby Covington, 72% takedown defense. Coming off a win against Jorge Masvidal. Lost to Usman, beat Woodley, lost to Usman. So despite this guy getting older, he is well rested. By no means is a tired fighter. He's only fought, he's only fought 3 times in the last 3 years. Literally. He fought Woodley September 19, 2020. By the time he gets in the octagon, it'll be 3 years and about 3 or 4 months later. And he's only had 3 fights. Really 2 if you don't count the Woodley, right? So he's 2-2 in his last 4, losing both to Usman, beating Masvidal, and Tyron Woodley. And with what Leon Edwards has done, how do you go against Leon Edwards? Well, it's real simple. Colby is going to dominate in activity. Leon Edwards can't help to slow the fight down by landing takedowns, because Colby's really good at that. He's going to stifle Leon Edwards even better than Usman did. Usman had the 9 takedowns, but Colby's going to ride him. He's going to get him up against the fence. He's going to clinch him up. He's going to grind this thing out. Colby in this fight is going to be like a football team that gets an early 14-0 lead and just begins to run the ball and chew up the clock. And next thing you know, there's 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and you can't get the ball from them. And you're like, what happened to this game? Well, they just drained it, played ball control. That's what Colby's going to do in this fight. He's going to drain the clock. He's going to get an early lead in the first 2 rounds. Then by the 3rd, he's going to start to clinch, and he's going to ride this thing out, and he's going to win 3 out of 5 rounds. To me, it's real simple for Colby. I think Colby wins this fight in that regard. The numbers aren't really going to matter. It's just he's going to control the heck out of this fight, whether it's takedowns or in the clinch, to get the belt. He'll move to 18-3, in my opinion. Leon Edwards' reign will be over, and Colby Covington will be the new welterweight champion here at UFC 296.